Let me start out by wishing all my viewers a very happy Diwali. May the next year be filled with love, happiness, prosperity, and manifest all your dreams and desires. I want to thank all my viewers for making my channel such a success in such a short time. When I do my Diwali prayers on October 24th, I will make sure to keep all of you in my prayers and wish the best for you, and make sure that my divine not only blesses me, but blesses all of you first. Hello everybody, I'm Tina Chaudhary. Welcome to my channel and a very warm namaste. November predictions coming up. Aham Brahmasmi. If it's Diwali, it must be gift time. So this is the second time I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a giveaway for a free birth chart reading. It's going to be a 1-hour birth chart reading with me one-on-one via a Zoom call, like a FaceTime or WhatsApp call. 1-hour reading for your birth chart. Now you can win this giveaway. And how do you do this? All you have to do is go in the comments section of this video and put your put the words free reading and the city that you're watching me from, or the city that you're located in. So do free reading and the city that you're located in, and then I'll put your name down to put in the giveaway. I'll pull your name out in the middle of November, before Thanksgiving. So it's going to be valid for this video, and I'll make it valid for my next video that I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do another video for the lunar eclipse that's coming up November 7th, November 8th, depending upon where you live. So it's going to be valid for 2 videos, this video and the next video. And then I'll pull out the raffle before Thanksgiving in the United States, which is kind of the 3rd week of November. So I'll give people enough time to watch the videos. Now, the one qualification that you need in order to win this giveaway is you need to be a subscriber to my channel. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button now, and then that way if I pull out your name and I find out you're not a subscriber, your entry will not be valid. So make sure you put your name in the comment section, just say free reading and the city of your where you're watching from, and then I'll put your name in for the giveaway. You don't have to put your name in the comment section for both videos. If you do it on one video, which is either this one or the next one, it's valid. You don't have to do it again. So just once is good enough. Don't confuse me by putting it in on both videos. So when I do the drawing, I'm going to do it online so people exactly see who's won, okay? And then I'll also put in the comments of that person that won. So I'll say you won, you need to contact me. So you're going to I'll put the email. So you're going to have to contact me within 48 hours of me putting it in the comment that you won. If you don't contact me within 48, maximum 48, 72 hours, I will pull out another name. So it's just fair to everybody else. Before I move any further, I want to share something that's very special that occurred. You know how I talked about Venus being combust and relationships being challenged in my last videos, even during the solar eclipse video. So one of my subscribers, her name is Marina, she owns a company called Rose Forever. It's a New York-based luxury brand of natural rose bouquets that they send out. So she had called me, she contacted me through email and asked me what my favorite rose color was, and I told her it was orange. So she got my address and she sent me this box. Okay, so I'm going to show you, open the box. I haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to open the box, and it's a gift of roses, obviously, that's what they do. So she wanted to send me this for Diwali, and I want to share it with all my viewers and also tell you about this because they're so special. After she told me what it was just amazing. I've never heard of something like this. I'm going to open the box, I'm going to share it with you, and I'm going to tell you something amazing about these roses. Also, one of the things that, just going to open the box. One of the things, the reason I'm even sharing this with you is obviously I want to share my gift with all of you, dedicated to all of you, because it's Diwali and I'd love to share my flowers with you. But also one of the things that I do want to say is because the reason it's a little more special right now is because of the fact that Venus being combust, and Venus roses are also represented by Venus. So giving flowers, especially roses, to somebody helps your Venus, strengthens your Venus at this time. It also strengthens your seventh house. So this is so special. She's done this. I'm sure it's going to get her a lot of good things, strengthen her Venus. And of course, I've accepted it, so I'm sharing it with you. But it's a wonderful remedy, and she's just done it unknowingly. But sometimes we do these remedies unknowingly, and they give us immense benefits. So I'm going to share this gift, or first open the box, and I'll show you how they are. I'll tell you something about these roses. Now, she tells me that these roses are they're freshly picked and they're preserved for 1 year. So this rose bouquet, you're surprised why it's come in a box. So they're fresh roses. They freshly pick them and they preserve them with natural oils and also with some natural pigmentation. So they last for 1 year. I couldn't even believe it when I heard it. So look at how wonderful. I'm going to move my camera a little bit so you can see. Let's try this. There you go. So this is how the box comes. And okay, let's get this. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. So it's beautiful. It's just so beautiful. So this is a beautiful vegan box. So she tells me this is a velvet box. I'm going to open it in a minute. I haven't even seen them. I know they're orange roses, but I haven't seen them. And so she tells me all of this is vegan. And the reason I even asked her is because, I'm going to be doing my Diwali prayer. So I wanted to make sure I could use these roses in my prayer or in my altar. And she told me all of the stuff that they use. Just adjust it back. And so she told me all of the products that they use, the natural oils and all the preservatives that they use are all vegan. Even the box is vegan. Now, typically she said don't take the roses out of the box. As soon as I can open it, out of the box. So just hold that thought. I'm actually going to put my camera down so you can even see it. Okay, here we go. So I haven't seen them. Oh my God, these are gorgeous. The sun is not doing justice to them, but I'll try to show them. Here you go. I'm just gonna walk and show these to you. Look at how gorgeous these are. These are gorgeous. Marina, thank you so much. And to all my viewers, I wish you a very, very happy Diwali. These roses are not only from me, from Marina, but they're also from you. Now, the good thing, they're gorgeous. Come back here. So this is how they look. They're fresh roses, and now she tells me to leave them in this box and they'll stay good for 1 year. I have a beautiful white living room, and this would just be so stunning in there, but I'm going to use it for my Diwali prayer first and then put it out. Can you even imagine the blessings that I would get if I use it in my altar and then put it out in my living room? Now, so she's also offered that if people want to order them, they get a $25 discount if they order them with my coupon. I think she's giving all of you guys a $25 off coupon. They come, I've looked at the website, so they come in amazing colors. Some of the colors, they're gorgeous. You'd have trouble picking out the colors. So they come in amazing colors. You can get a selection of whatever box shape you want, and you can pick your colors. So, and they're relatively inexpensive. So, and you can get $25 off. The details, the website, and the coupon code is in my description box. I'll add it. So you can order these. The coupon is valid for 1 month from the date I publish my video. Okay, so the coupon is valid, and you can get these roses. You can get them delivered to whoever you want them delivered to. One of the great things about the timing of this coupon is that it's, in the US, we have holidays coming up. Thanksgiving is coming up. And so they make great hostess gifts. They make great holiday gifts. Can you imagine sending these to somebody that you're going to visit for Thanksgiving, and then, they show up, and then your host can enjoy them for 1 year. For 1 year. So they're amazing. Do try them. use the coupon so you get $25 off. You know, we spend so much money on fresh flowers and then they just get trashed in a week or so. But these are amazing. They last for 1 year. They are gorgeous to look at. They're, you know, they last for 1 year. They're amazing. And you know, when you touch them, they actually feel fresh. They just feel like they're fresh flowers. So do try these roses. I love my roses. They're also for you. Happy Diwali to all my viewers. This is my Diwali gift from Marina. Thank you, Marina. And thank you, viewers, for being such great viewers. This is my Diwali gift to all of you, the $25 coupon. Please do avail of it. You can use it for Diwali. You can use it for Thanksgiving. You can even send it Christmas gifts to everybody. Happy Diwali, everybody. And thank you, Marina. These roses are gorgeous. Now let's take a look at the planetary positions for November. So the slow moving planets have decided they're not going to make a move. They're going to stay where they are. They're quite happy there. So Jupiter firmly in Pisces, Saturn firmly in Capricorn, and Rahu Ketu in Aries and Libra respectively. Now there's a trio of the fast moving planets, which is the Sun and Mercury and Venus. That's just kind of seems to be traveling together. They're just like traveling like companions for a few transits now. So right now, all three of them, which is Sun, Venus, and Mercury, are in Libra. And in the middle of the month, all of them will move together to the next sign, which is Scorpio. So the first one will be Venus. It moves to Scorpio on November 11th, and then Mercury on November 13th, and then the Sun on November 16th. All the three of them move into Scorpio. Now, when the planets are that close to the Sun, especially Venus being that close to the Sun, one thing that's going to happen, and it has happened, is where Venus is combust. So a combust planet means it's very close to the Sun and it sort of gets burnt, and it doesn't really get burnt, but it seems that when you're that close to the Sun, we can't see it from here because the light of the Sun is so bright that it kind of we are unable to look at that planet, because something that's very close to light, you kind of lose visibility because of the brightness of the Sun. So it's combust, and then hence it can give its results the way it's supposed to give its results. So Venus being a benefic planet, it rules our love, it rules our relationship, it also rules our material comforts in life. And it's been combust for a while, and it's going to stay combust all of November. So that's going to have an impact in November on us as well. The fact that, you know, the benefic planet that rules all the good things of our life is going to be combust and not going to be able to give its results. Also, the solar eclipse happened in, you know, impacting Venus. It happened in Libra. So that has further made Venus a challenged position at this time right now. So that's going to be taken into account in my predictions as well. So that's one of the major impactors for November predictions. The other impactor for November predictions is going to be the fact that Jupiter goes direct on November 23rd. But because it's going direct at such an end of the month, we're probably not going to see the results of that in November. Probably going to see them in December. Now, one of the other major factors of November is going to be that there's going to be a lunar eclipse November 7th or 8th, depending upon where you live. And so I'll try to make a video on that. The most impactful, or the transit, or the tricky transit that is going to impact us in November is going to be that of Mars. Now, Mars is currently in October, is in the sign of Gemini. So it's very uncomfortable in Gemini. Gemini is not Mercury. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And so Mars isn't very comfortable with Mercury. They signify completely different things. Mercury signifies our intelligence, thinking. It's a thinking planet. It's our intelligence planet. It's the planet of communication. Mars is all about action. It acts before it thinks. It's not known to think well. It's known to it's physical. And Mercury is all about your mind and intellect. Mars is all about the physical body and taking action. So they don't jive well. So Mars is already very uncomfortable in Gemini. But then it's going to start its retrograde motion on October 30th. And through its retrograde motion, it will go back into Taurus on November 13th. So now, when a planet actually goes back through its retrograde motion into the prior zodiac sign, it's considered Ati Vakri. Ati means extreme, and Vakri means retrograde. So sometimes planets just stay retrograde and they stay in the same zodiac sign. But when they actually enter into the prior zodiac sign, it's considered an extreme retrogradation. You won't believe how long Mars wants to stay in Taurus. It's going to stay there for 6 months. It's going to stay in Taurus until March of 2023. This retrogradation of Mars is very impactful. Now, I'll try to make a separate video on this impactful transit just of Mars. I'm going to try. I've been very busy because of the holiday season and things happening, but I will try. But I will definitely keep this transit of Mars in mind when I'm doing predictions for November, because it's very impactful. It's very impactful for all of us because Mars definitely signifies the very important things in our life, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in this video, but I'll see if I can make another video on it. But so the major impactors are definitely going to be the effect of the solar eclipse. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you watch the video that I put out. It's extremely important that you keep in the predictions that I made in that video also for November. They're obviously very valid for that. Also, the Mars transit is going to be the most valid, and the fact that Venus is combust is going to be very important too. So let's consider the one main factor that's going to be effective for at least the next 6 months until Mars is retrograde, but definitely starting the middle of November. Mars is going to be retrograde in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. So whenever a planet is retrograde, it's way more powerful to give its results or whatever it signifies. Mars signifies fighting. It's an aggressive little planet. Also, it signifies protection. So Mars fights to protect things that it owns. Mars thinks it needs to fight, and it fights without thinking. So Venus rules our relationships, and Taurus above all rules our family. It rules our finance. It also rules the food that we eat. Above all, it rules our communication. So this retrograde Mars in the sign of Taurus is going to give us some aggressive speech. We're going to start fights with family members. These could be related to money matters. They could also be related to food items. So make sure, and this is my prediction for all ascendants, so I don't have to repeat it 12 times. This is my prediction for all of us. This is a caution for all of us. Let's not start fights with all these significations regarding money matters, regarding our diet, our food. It doesn't taste good, it tastes good, make me this, make me that, with family members. Avoid that. What Mars is going to make us do is it's going to make us think that we're being protective about ourselves, we're being protective about our health, we're protective about our money, we're going to be protective about all our family, and that's what's going to start the fight, or the aggression, I should say. So we need to all avoid aggression in our communication. We need to avoid aggression in our relationships. We need to avoid aggression even in our diets. So try to not eat all the hot, spicy foods, because it's going to impact your digestion as well. So make sure that you keep these things in mind. All my ascendants, I'm not going to have to repeat it 12 times for all the ascendants. So this is the impact of Mars going retrograde in the sign of Taurus after the middle of the month, and it actually is valid for the next several months. So there's things that when Mars has gone retrograde back into Taurus, what it's telling us is, or it's counseling us, is to think about things that may have happened even a year ago or many months ago. It depends on the individual. What has happened within your family, within your relationships, love relationships, family relationships, within how you've taken care of your body, the food that you've eaten, and what have you done with your finances? Have you made any mistakes, or is there corrections that you need to make now? And what have you made any mistakes or things that need correction or revisions relating to all these things? So depending upon the ascendants, they could be certain things that people need to revisit. Think about the past. What is something that I didn't do well? What is something that I didn't get full closure on? Was there a relationship that I didn't handle well? Was it something that I said to somebody that I didn't say it well and now I need to go and make amends? Was it something that how I've been dealing with my money, that I haven't been handling my money well? I've been spending too much or saving too much, not giving it to my family, or not, not handling my resources well. Taurus is the sign of resources, any resources. So, how I've been handling my resources, how I've been communicating with people that I know and my family members or anybody. Is there things I've done in the past that now I need to correct, or first analyze, correct, and then redo? So this is why Mars has gone back. It deals with your actions that you have taken in the past, and now it's telling you you need to redo those actions. The other thing is that a very important part is that Mars is going to be in the nakshatra of Mrigasira. Mrigasira is the head of the deer. It represents the head of the deer. It also has one of the representation is the moon. So the moon is your mental things that you think about all the time, things going on in your mind. And the deer is always searching. The deer represents searching always externally for things that are always within you. So this nakshatra is also counseling us. This retrograde transit of Mars is also counseling us to stop searching for things to look for happiness, sources of happiness that we look for in external factors, because they actually lie within us. So we've made mistakes in the past where we've looked for happiness in external factors, but in reality that source of happiness is actually lies within us. So this retrograde movement of Mars is a great time for karmic cleansing, making amends, making corrections in your life, and finding the happiness within, finding the happiness of things that you already have instead of running after them. So use this transit very wisely. I move on to predictions right now. My predictions are based on Vedic or sidereal astrology. Also, the zodiac signs are based on your ascendant or rising sign. But if you want to listen to it based on your moon sign, that's okay too. Remember, these are general predictions based on the transits of the month. The actual events in a life of a person are always dependent on your own birth chart and also the dashas, mahadashas of the planets that you're undergoing. Let me remind you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. I put out great videos on all the important transits and planetary situations coming up. So you want to get notified as soon as I put out the video. Also, if you like the video, give me a like. And also, if you like the video, share it with friends and family. I'm sure they would like to know what to expect in the next month. Aries, for November. Aries, your ascendant Lord Mars is actively transiting. In the mid-month, it's going to transit and then also go retrograde. So this is a month of ups and downs. As far as your career is concerned, the first half is a much better time to strategize and take action steps to move ahead in your career. Your hard work phase probably will still continue because Saturn is in the 10th house. Although Saturn going direct in October may now give you better results in the workplace and your luck might improve a lot. After mid-month, the 8th house gets activated due to the transit of Sun, Venus, and Mercury, so it's not a good time to make any changes or take any chances with your employment. As far as finance is concerned, a retrograde Jupiter in the 12th house continues to make increased expenses or unforeseen expenses. Avoid any hasty investments, financial decisions after mid-month, or there could be losses. Also, if you've been waiting on settlements of any kind like insurance claims or inheritance, the second half of the month could be when you see those materialize. Retrograde Mars after the second half of the month in the second house impacts your family relationships due to your communication being quite combative and fiery. Try not to get into fights as much as possible. They will end badly. As far as your health is concerned, you need to take very good care of your health, especially your diet. Chances of digestive issues are very high at this time. Don't forget that the 8th house after mid-month is going to get activated by 3 planets in there. So that means sudden unplanned events may happen, and these could be related to your health, but they also could be related to your relationships unless you manage your communication and your relationships really well at work as well as at home. Taurus, November. Taurus, your ascendant lord Venus is combust and also being impacted by the eclipse. So some caution in matters of relationships and health are very necessary. As far as your career is concerned, Saturn's direct motion is very good for your career because your luck factor in the 9th house gets activated. So if matters in career were stuck previously, they start moving positively ahead. Your previous hard work gets you rewards and also recognition. Just be cautious about the fact that there are 3 planets in your 6th house at the beginning of the month, and they can give you a rather strong personality that can create conflict in the workplace. So stay courteous, stay professional, and avoid conflict or combative issues in the workplace at the beginning of the month. As far as financial matters is concerned, Taurus still needs to take care of their high expenses. Rahu in the 12th house continues to make your expenses high. Now, November is a good month for income and opportunities for income that may arise, but at the same time, it's a very expensive month for Taurus. Especially the beginning of the month when there's 3 planets in the 6th house, they aspect the 12th house, and that's why the beginning of the month there's very high expense, so Taurus needs to control that. Due to this 3 planet conjunction in the 6th house, Taurus needs to take care of their health in November as well. Chances of stomach problem as well as skin issues are very high. Because of Mars being in the 2nd house, and the 2nd house denotes your food, make sure you watch what you eat and make sure you take good care of your diet. Otherwise, like I said, there may be digestive issues. After mid-month, Taurus needs to definitely control their speech and the words that they're speaking to everybody. Retrograde Mars is going to be in their own ascendant house, and this gives some anger issues as well as the tendency to start fights with everybody. So watch how you say, what you say to people. As far as love life is concerned, after mid-month, when all the 3 planets move out of the 6th and into the 7th, love life is definitely going to look good. If you're looking for somebody, you might actually find that person. Taurus people that are in a relationship may actually commit to long-term and actually get married as well. If you're a student or pursuing any education, then you'll feel that after the middle of the month, you'll go back to being a little more focused as opposed to being distracted, which is the first half of the month. And so your focus improves drastically and you may get better results after the middle of the month. Gemini for November. Gemini, your career lord Jupiter is still retrograde, at least until November 23rd. So things in your career at the work front may seem like they have been at a complete standstill, and your hard work is not getting rewarded or recognized. Gemini needs to be just a little more patient for just another month until Jupiter starts a direct motion. Most Geminis have been doing a lot of hard work at this time due to the fact that Saturn is aspecting their 10th house. But after Saturn started its direct motion at the end of October, and with the presence of Jupiter in the 10th house, the hard work for Gemini is made them complete all their work, get all their tasks accomplished. They just haven't seen the results or the rewards or the recognition yet. After November, that will be entirely possible, and Gemini will be rewarded as long as they put in the hard work and the dedication that they're supposed to. Speaking about finance for Gemini, ever since Rahu moved into the 11th house for Gemini back in April, Gemini has been very focused on monetary gains, and they're almost obsessed with gains or income or earning more money. Now, with Mars in the 12th house, especially in a retrograde position after mid-month, Gemini might see that their expenses are rising again. Business owners might be tempted to invest more money in their business or even think about ways to starting new business. Now they need to really watch or think carefully before they invest any more money, because a retrograde Mars from the 12th house does indicate losses, and Mars is going to be in that 12th house until March. So you need to think very carefully before you invest money. You need to watch your expenses. After Jupiter goes direct towards the end of November, the possibility of good gains, multiple opportunities to make money will arise. So there's a good possibility of good income, but the fact that there's high expense cannot be forgotten. So make sure when you do have good income, you watch your expenses if you want to actually have savings or you want to be in a positive position. So that's my only counsel. Make sure that you think very hard before you spend money or you invest your money or make any financial decisions. The month is looking good for gains, but it's also looking an expensive month. As far as health is concerned, your ascendant Lord Mercury moves to the 6th house after the middle of the month. Also, a retrograde Mars from the 12th house aspects the 6th house. So health can definitely be affected in some way. An old health issue that was something in the past can actually resurface now. Gemini may also feel like they are very tired, low on energy. So make sure you take good care of your health and also make sure you eat very well. As far as love life is concerned, the Sun and combust Venus in the 5th house can bring some ego clashes after the middle of the month. So watch your relationships carefully. Don't let ego get in the way, and make sure that your speech and communication with loved ones and with children are positive and supportive and courteous. Cancer for November. As far as career for Cancer people is concerned, it's a very positive month. In the beginning of the month, Sun aspects the 10th house of career, so your seniors will be very favorable towards you. If you're looking for a job or any changes, this is a positive time for that as well. Retrograde Mars moving back to the 11th house could also mean some conflict in the workplace. It could be something from the past that had to be improved, but now it resurfaces. So that's the only caution that I have for Cancer. Otherwise, it's a great month for your career as well as your finance. Speaking of finance, it's an excellent month for gains and income. The 3 planets, Sun, Venus, and Mercury, move to the 5th house and they aspect the 11th house. Now, Sun and Venus own your financial or wealth houses for Cancer, so them aspecting the 11th house makes it an excellent month in terms of finance. Although the aspect of Saturn on the ascendant house continues to demand that you work very hard to achieve your goals, but it also ensures that luck will be on your side, since Jupiter in the 9th house is going direct at the end of November and Saturn is aspecting Jupiter. So this combination activates your house of luck. So it's a positive time for career and finance. The fact that Saturn is in the 7th house, it aspects your 4th house of mental peace or mental stress, so to speak. So it kind of disrupts the energy within the 4 walls of your house, so domestic happiness. So you stay stressed over issues like money and, compatibility. So you need to make sure you can control your mental stress at this time. Retrograde Mars moving back into the 11th house, and then the aspect of the 3 planets from the 5th house, mutual aspect, means good things. So it activates love life. It also activates the fun factor in your life. So also activates meeting friends or gathering of friends, and also means that the return of somebody from the past, like a friendship, love life, or somebody that from the past that can resurface now or come back into your life now. That's the impact of retrograde Mars in the 11th house, but it's being aspected from the 5th house. So the 5th house is having fun. It's your love life. It's all the positive things in life. So mutual aspect of the 511 is a good aspect in my opinion. And so it means having a lot of fun with old friends. Just one word of caution, take good care of your health. The retrograde Mars also aspects your 6th house after the mid-month. So it might give you some minor issues in your health, although Jupiter's direct movement at the end of the month will give you wonderful energy to recover and heal. So nothing major, but you should take good care of your health and watch what you eat. November is going to be a really good month for Cancer. Leo for November. Leo, as far as your career is concerned, your ascendant Lord Sun is in your third house. And the third house indicates your effort and your dedication, which means that you will be very focused and put lots of concentrated effort in your career and profession. You may also get lots of support from your colleagues at work. Mid-month, Sun moves to the fourth house and aspects the 10th house of career. This is a very positive transit for you in terms of accomplishments, recognition, and getting rewards. Those looking for a new job or new assignments may get them now. Business owners may actually have to work extra hard because Saturn is in the sixth house, but even though they're working hard, this will get you gains later, later than what you'd want them to be. But because Saturn is direct, you will have gains later. Just keep working hard. As far as finance is concerned, it's an up and down month. The first half of the month may see some very large unplanned expenses, but the second half has better chances of monetary gains. Health is not a concern for Leo in November. In fact, your ascendant Lord Sun is in the third house, so it gives good energy and vitality to recover or heal if there was any issues in health in previous months. In fact, you will be putting lots of effort and enthusiasm and hard work into your work or everything and anything that you're working on or doing now. The only concern for Leo is about the stress within relationships. Retrograde Mars is in the 10th house and it aspects the ascendant house, the fourth house, and the fifth house, giving you lots of mental stress, lack of harmony, and anger issues at home, with children, and also with your partner. So manage through that. Don't have an aggressive attitude and try to maintain harmony at home. Virgo for November. Virgo, as far as your career is concerned, it's a very positive time for your career. The Lord of your 10th house, which is your career house, is also your ascendant Lord, which is Mercury. The first half of the month is more favorable in terms of opportunities, your ability to tackle work, execute your action plans with hard work. After mid-month, when the three planets, including your ascendant Lord Mercury, move to the third house, it gives you the energy to put a lot of effort and dedication into your work. This will not only get you recognized, but also support from your colleagues. Just remember, hard work and self-effort is going to be the key to success in November. As far as finance is concerned, November provides great opportunities for income as well as savings due to the three planets in the second house. The second house stands for finance. Saturn is direct in the fifth house and it aspects the 11th house, so good gains can be expected from investments as well. Both your finance houses, the second and the 11th, have great aspects in November. Hence, this November will be a very positive month as far as income and as far as opportunity for savings is concerned. Health, on the other hand, will be a little challenging in the first half of the month. Saturn in the fifth as well as Rahu in the eighth can give you some digestive or stomach issues. The second half of the month, much better for health and recovery. My word of caution is regarding relationships. This same Saturn in the fifth house causes a little challenge in as far as relationships is concerned. Relationship in love life as well as marital and also with children. The second half, there is a chance of improvement when Jupiter goes direct and Mars is back in the ninth house. These challenges in the first half of the month could be related to arguments and fighting between you and the other person. Make sure you keep your communication positive, courteous, pleasant, and supportive, and avoid confrontation. Second half of the month, much better for relationships. Libra for November. Libra, as far as your career is concerned, Saturn's presence in the fourth house aspects your 10th house of career. So Libra has been going through a phase of very hard work. They may even feel that they are not getting rewarded or noticed. Saturn has now started its direct motion at the end of October, so their hard work will now start to give them some benefits, especially after the end of November when Jupiter goes direct as well. So keep your hard work and diligence going for some more time. As far as finance is concerned for Libra, it's kind of status quo in November. There's very good opportunity for higher income and gains after the middle of the month when the three planets move into the second house. The second house rules your finance, and they're also aspected by a retrograde Mars. But as the income goes up or opportunity for income goes up, your expenses may increase as well. There could be some unexpected expenses. So the month kind of balances out as far as finance is concerned. You will be tempted to make investment decisions or changes, but be very cautious because Mars is the ruler of your finance house and it is retrograde in the 8th house. So think carefully before you do anything. Health is a major concern for Libra due to your ascendant lord being combust and also a retrograde Mars in the 8th house. You already have retrograde Jupiter in the 6th house and it's aspected by Saturn as well. So be very careful about your diet. Also drive carefully, don't do anything risky. So generally take good care of your health. As far as love is concerned, again, it's a testing time for relationships for Libra as well. Saturn in the 4th house gives some mental stress at home. The first half of the month has a combust Venus and Sun in the ascendant house, so there can be some ego battles and conflicts at home. So do your best to avoid them. Relationships with extended family members, including siblings, may also be disturbed. So choose your words carefully and watch your relationships, especially with marital partners. Also, try not to get into conflicts or fights. I'm sorry it's not the best prediction for Libra, but you know, December will be better for Libra. Scorpio for November. Scorpio, this is a good month in terms of career. Your focus and hard work will give you success. You may also get a chance to travel for work, and if you do, you will be appreciated and successful. In the second half of the month, the three planets, including Sun, will be in your ascendant house, and this will give you good rewards and recognition from the past hard work that you've been doing. However, you need to make sure that you don't get egoistic and your arrogance with others doesn't burn relationships at home and at work. Sun in the ascendant house typically gives a certain arrogance and ego to the individuals. Your financial situation will need to be managed in the first half of the month. There are three planets in the 12th house. The 12th house is one of expenses and loss. So your expenses could go completely out of control, or you may have very extravagant spending in the first half of the month. This could possibly be on luxuries or even travel related. As far as health is concerned, it's a month where you need to pay attention to your health, especially during the first half of the month. Saturn aspects the three planets in the 12th house, so you may even have mental stress and some sleep issues at that time. As far as relationships are concerned, your spouse may actually have some health issues and there could be some turmoil at home and cause conflicts with your spouse. Make sure your speech and communication with all family members is pleasant and don't create unpleasant situations with anyone. This is going to be a major factor. Mars retrograde in the 7th house, which rules your spouse and marriage, is causing some anger and conflict within the marriage. And when the Sun aspects it from the ascendant house, it kind of makes it worse and there could be some fighting, conflicts at home with the spouse. So make sure you stay pleasant at all times and avoid this conflict. Saturn going direct from the 3rd house aspects the 9th house, which is the house of your father. So if you're lucky enough to have a father in your life, make sure you take good care of him. Also take good care of your mother and her health at this time. Sagittarius for November. Sagittarius, as far as your career is concerned, your career lord Mercury's transits in the last couple of months has been very positive in terms of your career. This positive trend continues in November. Jupiter goes into direct motion towards the end of November, and that's a very, very favorable aspect for your career. You will be asked for advice from your coworkers. You may also start to receive recognition from your seniors as well. Also, just make sure, because Mars retrograde is present in the 6th house, make sure you are cordial relationship with your coworkers, because that placement can sometimes cause relationship issues in the workplace, or even create some enemies in the workplace where people are talking behind your back. So you need to kind of manage your relationships with your coworkers at work. In terms of finance, your condition is also quite strong. There are 3 planets in the 11th house of gains, so that indicates good, steady income. There may be more than one source of income that presents itself also in November. Although in the second half of the month, all these 3 planets transit to the 12th house, and that means high expenses and spending. This is also made worse by the fact that there's a retrograde Mars in the 6th house, which aspects this 12th house. So you need to manage your spending very carefully. And so these same 3 planets, when they move over to the 12th house, aspected by a retrograde Mercury in the 6th house, also impact your health. So you need to take very good care of your health. Planets in the 12th house sometimes can give sleep disturbance as well as stress. So manage your health, take good care of it, especially your diet at this time. Relationships, especially with your marital partner, are challenged as well this month. There's going to be the impact of Mars first in the 7th house, then in the 6th house, and that creates some combat issues, arguments, and fights with your spouse. So make sure you manage that relationship as well. Saturn in the 2nd house overall wants you to take care of your diet. Otherwise, there could be digestive issues. Don't eat stale food, and also is cautioning you to manage your communication with everybody, especially family members, really well. Capricorn for November. Capricorn, November is a wonderful career month for you. There is a very positive aspect by 3 planets in the 10th house in the first half of the month. Your 9th Lord Mercury is also in the 10th house, is considered a lucky time in terms of career, because the 9th house is the house of luck. So luck will support you in your career this month. After the middle of the month, all these 3 planets transit to the 11th house of gains. So there could be some good rewards and recognition after that. Saturn is your ascendant sign, has now become direct, also aspects your career. So you may still need to do the hard work, but you will also see some good rewards from it. From a financial perspective, there's good news for Capricorn as well. Jupiter goes direct at the end of November, and it aspects the 11th house of gains. So the 3 planets in the 11th house and Jupiter's aspect can give you tremendous gains, but also give you good wish fulfillment. So if there was something that you really desired or have a wish, it can also have a chance of getting fulfilled in November. Your health is status quo, but if you were experiencing any issues in the past, Jupiter going direct motion in the 3rd house gives you good energy for recovery. This is also a great month to develop new social contacts and expand your social circle. There could even be gains from your social or networking group. So if there was something or some favors you needed, now's the time to reach into your network group. The second half of the month is a good time to do investment changes or financial planning. So it'll lead to good gains after the 3 planets move into the 11th house. Love relationships need some care. Due to the aspect of Sun and Mars transit, ego clashes and arguments can damage relationships. Although marital relationships are going to have harmony and enjoy good times together. Jupiter's direct motion in the 3rd house is also very positive transit for relationship with friends, or if you want to take any short distance travels, will also result well, but this is towards the end of October. Aquarius for November. Aquarius, this is a favorable month for your career. The Lord of your career house, Mars, will transit to the 4th house and aspect the 10th house of career. Also, the 3 planets will transit from the 9th house to the 10th house, again increasing the positive impact to your career. Thirdly, Jupiter will also start its direct motion and aspect your 10th house, career house again. So expect favorable, positive results to your career. If looking for a job or promotion or to change your job, now's the time it may happen. The Positive spotlight will be on you due to the sun's transit in the 10th house. You may make new contacts that help you in your career eventually. Financially, it's a rewarding time as well. The Lord of your finance houses 2 and 11 is Jupiter, and when that goes direct at the end of the month, there are financial benefits. But Saturn is in the 12th house, and that continues to keep expenses and spending very high. So basically, it's a balancing act between income and expenses. If you had any money that was stuck previously, chance of it being recovered is high now. The two concerns for Aquarius in November is health and relationships. Saturn is in the 12th house, and that causes muscular aches and pains as well as maybe some vision problems. And retrograde Mars in the 4th house also gives stress and tension at home. This stress and tension may be unnecessarily, but basically Mars in the 10th house tends to destroy family peace. The transits of Mars back and forth between the 5th and the 4th house impacts love life. There can be arguments and conflicts. Try to avoid those and try to avoid stressing yourself out and causing those conflicts. Married Aquarius also needs to guard against ego battles with their spouse. Aquarius, a retrograde Mars in the 4th house is also not a positive transit for your mother. So take good care of your mother and tell her you love her. For Aquarius that are looking to buy real estate or invest in real estate, this may not be the best time. The 4th house is real estate, and the retrograde Mars and Saturn in the 12th means it's probably not a good time for real estate purchases. Lastly, but not the least, Pisces for November. Pisces, your career lord Jupiter is also your ascendant lord, as well as the fact that it's placed in the ascendant house itself. This will go direct not until late November, so it's a period of extreme hard work for you. You will also fulfill all your responsibilities with due diligence. But Mars is retrograde in the 4th house and then in the 3rd house, so there are continuing challenges at work due to its aspects. These are mostly relationship-based issues with coworkers. Try to manage your attitude and fiery words with your coworkers to avoid these issues in your career. Financially, you are in a stable position because Saturn is direct and it's in the 11th house of gains. And then when mid-month, when the sun moves to the 9th house, you may even be able to settle some outstanding loans and debts. Health is okay, it's not a concern, but only in the first half of the month you could experience some digestive issues due to 3 planets being in your 8th house. So take very good care of what you eat and make sure you're eating something that's healthy and that agrees with you. Relationships, whether it's love life or married life, is going to be very happy as soon as Jupiter goes direct at the end of the month. Because Jupiter is your ascendant house, it aspects the 5th, 7th, and 9th house. And so also the 9th house is your house of luck. So it kind of turns on your luck factor as well. If you're looking to sell real estate, this is a wonderful time to do that. Mars in the 3rd house and Saturn in the 11th means that there's good gains from selling of real estate at this time. The only caution I have for Pisces is that Rahu is in the 2nd house and it causes some distancing with family members. So do your best to maintain calm and stay away from conflicts with them and try to stay in touch with them if you're far away. Keep your communication with them as positive as can be and do your best to maintain these relationships and don't damage them by saying things that could be hurtful to them. The 2nd house is also the house of speech. With this, I come to the end of my video. I hope everybody has a really good month. Best wishes for Diwali. Stay safe.